if you want to play at 1440p resolution and you want to achieve at least 360 plus FPS on average in esports games like Fortnite, Valorant, CS2 and those type of games, then this is going to be the perfect video for you, because I will show you the best 1440p maxed out settings, 360 plus FPS on average in those type of games, and you can also play any game that you want, even the high demanding ones, on ultra settings at a very high frame rate. And of course I will show you the level of performance that you can achieve in different titles for you to see what to expect if you end up buying this system, which by the way, the link to this PC and every alternative that I will mention today will be down below in the video description. My name is Valentino, and with that being said, let's start. First, let's talk about the main PC, and I will start by talking about the CPU, which is quite important when it comes to esports shooters. Here we have the Ryzen 7 7800X3D, which is arguably the fastest CPU in the entire market when it comes to rasterized gaming performance. Right now going for $375, so it's not the cheapest one. It used to be cheaper, but again, it's the fastest one, and if you want to play esports shooters with this one, you will be able to achieve 360 plus FPS competitive settings in those type of shooters guaranteed. And you can even achieve over 500 FPS on average in a game like Valorant, which is very easy to run depending on the map and depending on the settings. But if you want, you could easily buy a 540Hz 1080p monitor, or of course the main topic in this video is buying a 1440p 360Hz monitor or a 240Hz one if you want. That depends on your budget, but with this CPU you will be able to achieve the highest frame rates when it comes to esports shooters. Here you get an aftermarket CPU cooler with RGB light, looks amazing. It's just about $34, so this is a really good price for a CPU cooler that's able to cool down a Ryzen 7 processor. We have a B650 motherboard in the Gigabyte Aorus Elite AX. This is one of the best price to performance motherboards out there, and it is very upgradable over time. And then you get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, 6000 MHz CL30 timings. This is the sweet spot for gaming, amazing for content creation as well, or streaming in case you want to game and stream at the same time. Then you get a 1TB SSD, which is going to be enough for most people. However, if you ever need to upgrade because you need more storage to download more games, then it's going to be an easy upgrade and it's not going to be that expensive. Then for the case, you get the Fantex XT Pro Ultra. This one is one of the best price to performance cases out there because you get amazing airflow, you get 4 pre-installed fans, and you get a beautiful front edge panel. In my opinion, this is the best case when it comes to value right now in the entire market. And last but not least, we have the NZXT C750 power supply, which is an A-tier rated power supply, meaning that it's the best quality out there, and 750 watts is going to be enough for this build. And now let's go to the most important part, the graphics card. Here you get the RTX 4070 Ti Super, which in my opinion is the best graphics card overall when it comes to 1440p resolution. In high demanding titles at 1440p on ultra settings, very high demanding games, well, in that test it was able to average 120 plus FPS, which is an insane number when talking about these type of games. You can also play at 4K. If down the line you want to upgrade to a 4K resolution monitor, you can do so and it still achieve a smooth level of performance, 70 plus FPS on average. And if you turn on the DLSS, which is the upscaler from Nvidia, you can achieve well over 80 or 90 plus FPS depending on the game. And the 4070 Ti Super is very complete because you get 16 gigs of VRAM, which is enough for 1440p right now and 1440p in the future as well in high demanding games. And it's also very good when it comes to ray tracing performance, and you get the DLSS, which is the better upscaler compared to AMD's FSR. And on top of that, it is better when it comes to content creation and productivity work and 3D rendering. So it is the most complete GPU in my opinion for 1440p, but it's also one of the most expensive graphics cards out there when it comes to 1440p resolution, but I highly recommend it. The total price for this system is $1,673 when I'm recording this video. Maybe when you're watching this, the price is cheaper, so I do recommend you checking the latest prices and availability from the links down below. But I want to say that if you want something cheaper, you should go for the RX 7900 XT graphics card, which is going to deliver very similar level of gaming performance, in fact slightly better when it comes to rasterized performance, but you lose all the Nvidia features. Yes, you can can go with the 7900 XT, especially if you want to save money and you want to play esports games at 360 plus FPS, because the level of performance in those games is going to be basically the same. And then if you want to drop the price even further, you can go with the RX 7900G RE graphics card or RTX 4070 Super, because those graphics cards are actually pretty amazing when it comes to 1440p gaming. If you do not want to max out your level of performance at 1440p and you are not going to be playing the most high demanding titles out there on ultra settings with ray tracing on, then the 7900G RE or 4070 Super is going to be more than enough for most people. And if you drop down that GPU in terms of gaming performance when it comes to esports shooters, it's going to be pretty similar, because you still have the same Ryzen 7 processor and you will be achieving 360 plus FPS on average in those type of games regardless. If you make this downgrade, the price is going to drop a lot to $1,443 if you go with the 7900G RE, or $1,473 if you decide to go with the Nvidia RTX 4070 Super. So under $1,500 and you are getting an amazing 1440p system anyway. On the other hand, if you have more money to spend and you want to max out everything in this system, then I do recommend you going with the main PC, of course, but get 2TB of Gen 4 SSD instead of a 1TB SSD, and then you have more storage to download more games. This is going to be helpful, especially if you play high demanding titles and you want to have everything installed at the same time. If you make this upgrade, the total price will be $1,730, so the most expensive PC in this video. But if you have the budget to buy it, I think it's going to be the best option for you if you want the best gaming PC for 1440p for both high FPS shooters and also high demanding games, especially if you are planning on upgrading your monitor from a 1440p one to a 4K one. And if you are looking for a gaming PC build, but none of these are within your budget, maybe you have more, maybe you have less, then in that case, I highly recommend you watching my video on the best gaming PC builds of the month for every budget and every resolution, 1080p, 1440p and 4K. That one will be in the top right of the screen, and I highly recommend you watching it if you are looking for a new gaming PC, especially as I said before, if these systems are not within your budget. Also, in the top link in the description, you can ask me for personal PC help and I will be taking a look at your specific situation. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.